My name is George Barossa from Kuchu Times. I'm the Kenyan correspondent. And today, I'm with Leila Burns. Leila Burns, please, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing great. Tell us about Leila Burns. Who is Leila Burns?
Leila Burns is actually my full names. I'm called Leila Burns. And I'm a visual artist and a sculptor. I love wood. I went to Makerere University, graduated in 2010, and after school I started practicing what I'd studied, and that was wood carving. Unfortunately, due to stress factors, problems, family and all that, I stopped carving in 2012, I think 2013. So it has been 2 years that I've resorted back to carving. But for the past years, I've been doing a lot of recycling. I've been recycling a lot. I use found objects, pick trash from dustbins, wherever I find, I assemble them. And the concept behind this was, this is the time when I was depressed, whereby I was denounced from family, had a lot of issues with family. So I decided to collect this, because people who used to look at me as trash, rubbish, and looking at the gay community as rubbish, they don't all give them respect and all that. So when I looked at rubbish and the dustbins, I'm like, as an artist, I can create something from this. So most of my artworks have been assembling nails, chains, padlocks, plastic. I've been doing a lot of burning, so that is where the burning concept comes from. And from the burning, I came up with the name of the Burns. So I became a burnt sculpture in town. Like every art of mine you'd look at was being burnt, basically burning it. That is where I developed that concept. But after relaxing, feeling being allowed again in community, I came back into carving. So actually these are the small first pieces I started off that I've done. Recently when I came to this place where I'm living right now, I joined hands with the community. A lot of youths have been joining me, and then we have been picking plastics, assembling them into different things that you'll be seeing. And actually whenever holiday comes, these youths come here, and then I'll train them on how we can use scrap to come out with artwork that we can sell, so that they can be empowered at some point. That's it. That is there.
You mentioned about slowing down on your artwork because you were depressed after being disowned by your family. Is that the reason why you became an activist? I mean, did you become an activist by default or by accident?
I would say it was an accident.
Yes.
Because what really happened that made me really come out as an artist that who can really use my art to speak for those who cannot. In 2000, I think it was 12, when I went back to university, and I felt like I'm tired of being behind the mask.
Yes.
This is the time when I was doing a lot of masks. I'm like, no, I'm tired of being behind the mask. Why don't I come out? So when I came back to university for my master's, I'm like, now I want to be me.
Yes.
And unfortunately, my lecturers found it very hard to supervise me coming out with an LGBTI topic. They said, no, we're not going to mark you. Actually, they didn't say it, but they just moved out of the lecture room. So I found myself standing alone with my coursework. When I sat down, I started thinking, I'm like, oh, I didn't know people really don't like gay people like this. So this is how I started. I'm like, okay. It gave me a standing point to really stand. I'm like, yes, I'm gay and I'm going to do work that is speaking for those who cannot speak. That is how it started.
So from your experience from Makerere University, from being a trainee, you became, you started training others. We understand you have a youth, an LGBT youth training program, and please give us the insight about this program and the achievements so far.
Basically, because to me I feel like I'm really experienced and I've been out there. I've done art for some good years. When I started looking at our LGBTI community, I'm like, there has to be something that has to be done to these youths, because I used to see a lot of I used to have a lot of trans women friends, and most of them would spend their life drinking, useless, you know. So I'm like, you guys, why don't we come up with something? We do some work, then we can get buyers who can really buy this work.
Yeah.
So I started off with a few. We started doing some work. But what really happened at the end of the day,
Yes.
and this is when they passed the anti-homosexuality bill, most of them had to go to Nairobi.
Yeah.
I still didn't want to lose this, so I called on to the local people. Like, guys, you can bring in your kids and I can teach them something.
Exactly.
So that is how it ended with the LGBTI community.
So it ended with the LGBTI, but it still continued with the rest of the society.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. How has been a vocal activist impacted your life? Have you negatively or
Being an activist,
yes?
wow, it's kind of tricky, because when you bring in your work and it's really standing for the LGBTI positive persons, a few people would like to hang it in the exhibition, in the exhibiting spaces like galleries, like hotels. They're like, oh, this is against the government. Actually, people fear for their businesses, for their everything. So it has been very, very, very challenging. So I find myself selling my work in my house. I don't sell my work anywhere in town. All my collectors come all along, like from town, all over, then they come here. That is what has happened. And like I used to do a lot of residences in 2012, 13, after school. I would go in different residences, do some residences, get some good money. But now I can't. It's not really easy. I don't know whether now it has actually changed, because people have kind of got off their attitude to the LGBTI community, but it's not easy to penetrate into the market as an LGBTI person.
I understand your resilience. Your family disowned you at which year?
That was 2013. 2014, that was last year, around January, February. When the bill was passed, my dad is like, I'm not ready to be taken to police, something like that. So it's this man who sent me this letter, never come back here, I don't want you close to any family member, I don't want you to do it. It was a long letter. Actually, there were two long letters. One signed by the lawyer, that is like actually it was law, from the law firm, and then another one, it was his personal with his signatures. Yeah.
So up to now, you are not in touch with your family?
I don't talk basically with my dad and my sisters, but as like being a twin, I talk with my twin sister. And then on my mommy's side, they're just okay and they don't care. So they come and visit me, I go and visit them. If there is any occasion in the village, I go. That is what has happened.
It keeps you going.
I just keep on.
Wow. So, at the moment, are you seeing someone?
Actually, I'm not seeing someone, but married to someone. Somebody has married me, or I've married, like, so vice versa. So we have been staying in a small house for 2 years. We push on.
How does it feel to live, invest and go on with your day-to-day activities with your partner? Like you take each other step by step together, you go on together.
It's about giving, we learn ourselves. She knows what annoys me, and I know what annoys her, and we're strength to each other. When I'm down, she's there. Like at times I don't have money, she's like, we can move on. There is food in the house. We don't need money. So there are these words of encouragement. I'm like, but I need this. I need it. Oh, you don't need that. I'm here. You don't need that.
So she's one of your main critic and supporter at the same time.
Yeah, that's it.
What message can you tell others out there who are not employed or who feel like their lives revolves around the sexuality?
I personally, I always speak badly to those people who think that being gay, you don't have to work. Being gay, you have to be special. You know, being gay, you have to be up there. You know, being gay, you have to be classy. I always want to live a good example. They should come out and work. Because being gay, you're not going to feel on being gay. Like, I don't mind. I always walk to town. I have a few hands at home. I do farming. You know, it's not
small
being
scale farming.
Yes, I don't. It's not about being gay. You know, I always even tell my work where it's necessary. I would even tell people this work is not about the gay communities because I need the market. You know, I'll make sure I penetrate. So being gay doesn't mean they have to sit in their beds and wait for men or women to come for them. They get out and work.
That is really incredible. Leila will be taking us through some of her artwork and even show us how to use, I can see incredible instruments. Leila, please, you can show us. What are you working on at the moment?
Like I've told you, I've taken long without carving. So I think on Monday, I'm like, why don't I get back to my tools and do some carving? So I started off with faces, and these are going to be like different faces. I went down and bought some wood, picked my old kizos. Yeah. Okay, these are called kizos. These are flat kizos. And this is a gauge. This is also a flat kizo, but different sizes. With carving, well, it doesn't need a lot of tools.
I can see you have some tray, or what is that?
This one here,
yes.
This is a blowtorch. You'll be seeing how I use it.
Yes.
Like it gives me a final effect of black wood because I can't afford black wood, but it gives me that effect. This is a grinder. This can go to sanding some flat spaces, and what else? This is it helps to protect me while sanding.
Yes.
And this is a bosso. You'll be seeing how I'll be using these tools around here.
Wow. It's really been a pleasure having a date with you and seeing some of this artwork from the beginning. Probably we'll see the finishing. That is enough for today.
Sure.
So please introduce to us your partner.
She's called Leila Burns. Ademun. Yeah, that's it. She's a teacher and a lovely wife. End of story.
Well, you know, when you speak for her, it makes it look like she doesn't have a voice. So we'd like to to hear from her, and you can tell us how has it been being in love with Leila?
It's good. Leila is a person who is very good to be with, and wherever I'm down, I feel she's my strength. She's so loving, and I really feel I'm in love. That's what I can say.
Being a teacher and her being an artist, how how do you find it?
You know, I'm not an artist, but then I like art. So, me being a teacher, it's better with me, and her being an artist, I also enjoy that. So, I don't see any big problem with that. I'm also enjoy it.
I should say you look like, not like, you look such a wonderful couple. And are you planning to have a child anytime soon?
We talk about it every day. Like we talk about it, and we hope to have children. And what will happen, I think, he's coming.
Yes, of course.
So we're going to have 2 kids, I think. Who can really fit in our small things. We have a small house here.
Wow. Leila told me that you have a twin that is in contact with you.
Yeah.
How does your twin treat you well?
Actually, when it gets to my twin, she keeps on dropping me, like, has Aggie eaten some food, because they know she doesn't like to eat. So I've carried something for Aggie. You know how Balamu can be like in-laws, how in-laws can overdo it. She can tell you. She can tell you what happens.
And tell us something in your local vernacular, local dialect, to express your affection to Leila.
Wow.
You can say anything.
Mwagala nnyo, njagala nnyo Leila. Mwagala nnyo kubanga naye anjagala. Naaba waali mpulira bulungi.
Wow. That is it. You've seen it, you've heard it for yourself.
Can I start? It starts off with a sketching, like you see. Being that this wood is small, as an artist still I can still use it and don't throw it away. So I'm going to draw a half face on it. Like you've seen, this is a woman with an earring. That is how it all starts, like simple sketch. And then I start off with, basically it's with the carving, but since we have a little time and I get out my bosu. First kind of cut off the extra. I didn't introduce you this. This is called a mallet. It's made out of wood. Actually, one of the hardest woods. So I get a gauge. Start getting out the excess wood that I didn't want. chopping out wood, chopping out the extra, all the excess I don't want.
What kind of a material is that? The wood?
This is one of the soft woods, and it's called, now it's called in English, but the local language we call it Musambia. And how is it called in English? Musambia. This is among the soft woods. Whereas this is mahogany.
Oh, mahogany.
Yeah, you see when it's red and all that. It's a soft wood, but when it dries, it's one of the hard woods. It becomes so hard. And what also happens with this wood, no insect can eat it. Yeah. So that's it. So what I'm doing right now is picking out the excess that I don't want from the face. Like, so I carve it all, getting it out to give it this final touch. So what happens after getting out the extra, get to level 2 where I kind of...
Something like that.
Yeah, after like cutting out the extra with a chisel or a gouge, then I get like smaller tools to kind of clean it before I grind it. Ambrose, was that so quick or?
No, not bad. It's okay.
Yeah. So now this is one of the most interesting part that I love so much, because you really concentrate and finish it. Listen to the samosas. I bought one for rice and so after feeling like most of the extra is out, then I think I can switch out my machine and final kind of give it a good look.
What's that called? A grinder?
This is called a grinder.
Okay. So this is for smoothing the...
Yeah. At times you can do it with your hands, but since I don't know where most of my tools are, I have to go to the workshop and then look for them. But at times you can use a local filer with your hands, where it takes a lot of time.
So machines, they make it easier.
Yeah, machines make it easier, but at times you need the
manual one.
The manual one, yeah. That's it. And this you bear with it. But for me, I won't bear.
Okay. The pot is not working. Change the pot.